There's a phrase about video games that no one fully understands unless they can appreciate Club Drive. Hey, I'm the Game Collector and this is Second Opinion Games, and today we review Club Drive for the Atari Jaguar.
Second Opinion Games.
Club Drive is heavily regarded as being an absolutely horrible video game. However, every time I pop it into the Jaguar, I get a huge smile across my face. I actually love this game so much. I cannot believe I'm even talking about it. I know you guys are probably going to butcher me in the comments, but this is one of my favorite games for the Jaguar. Sure, it sounds really bad. Well, your car engine does. It sounds so bad that the developers even gave you an option to turn it off. The music itself is uplifting and quite good. The game itself is split into two different types, collecting power orbs or racing. Now, there's 4 different levels, and with the 2 different types, they each have their own level, so 8 levels total. So if we look at the San Francisco level, you're going to see the San Francisco Bridge, and you could drive across it going at a top speed of 55 miles per hour. So much for this being a racing game. You don't race against any opponents at all, by the way. You're just racing for your own time, and the game does save your own time. However, you can set the amount of laps yourself, and if you set the amount of laps for 1 or 10, you're obviously going to complete the level quicker, setting it for 1. This means you'll have the top score if you set it for 1 lap over setting it for 10, because it doesn't distinguish the two. Same thing with collecting power orbs, but even worse. There are 4 different stages to collect power orbs on, and it doesn't say any difference between any of the levels that you're on. So, if you have a good time in one level and a bad time in the other, well, it'll always take the best time from the good level. And that's a little bit of a flaw, but I'll let it go, and that's because the game has a true sense of humor. And you can tell this right away when you look at the San Francisco Power Orb level. It's a parking deck. See, someone made the joke in the office one day that when they went to San Francisco, they spent more time looking for parking than they did driving around the streets, so they decided to make that a level. Not enough sense of humor for you? Well, let's check out Jerome's pad. And there's so many secrets in this pad, I absolutely love it. You can flush a toilet, run over a cat, or even hit a mouse. And that's pretty creative. Collecting power orbs, you're just in the living room, and you could even set up some type of meta things where it's yourself looking at yourself in the TV, or on the other stage, it's just playing Pong. If we turn to Velocity Park, well, it's the closest thing to a racing stage you're actually going to get. It just makes a loop and has some jumps, and it's overall pretty well done. The Power Orb stage, you're in a miniature skate park, which is really fun to explore and drive around and go over the different ramps. That's pretty fun too. However, the real fun takes place in Wild West. In the instruction manual, it talks about driving through the Wild West at hundreds of miles per hour. That might be an exaggeration because I didn't break over 60 miles per hour in this entire event. The Power Orb section is standard, driving through the saloon area and picking up power orbs. Nothing big there. But the race event, well, look how huge it is. It goes really, really far. And when I decided to take a bit of a detour, I ended up in Atari headquarters. And there's a missile in the front yard. That's a little weird. I also noticed the clock stopped. Okay, let me look for an exit. Oh, there's the exit. Wow, it warped me pretty much to the end of the level. Well, that's pretty freaking awesome, I gotta say. Did I mention there's a 2-player mode, though? 2-player simultaneous action. I couldn't actually get someone else to play with me, so you're looking at me driving on the top screen. And you'll notice that they don't scale anything, which means hopefully you like driving in the first person, because if you like the camera being behind your car, you can't see anything other than your car. So I decided to take the left path this time, and then I came to a section where it pretty much forces me to go through the middle again. I didn't actually want to do this at all. I thought, oh, I'll check out the Atari headquarters again. But instead, I got a dinosaur. And another missile landing. I really don't know what the Atari people are thinking here. I assume this is some type of a joke, but okay, I'll go with it. At least I could take the warp to the end of the race and call it a day. So I go through the warp, and bam, I crossed the finish line. But I didn't win. Wait a second, it took me back to the beginning of the level. This is truly ridiculous. Now, I didn't even touch on everything in this game. And you know what? I want you to explore and move around and play the game. Yes, it's really bad. And that phrase I told you about in the beginning of the review, well, it's so bad, it's good. I absolutely love this game. But that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching.